in my bands. Started getting money. I see.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, amazingly in his 17th year now, Josh McCown.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
McCown now on first down. Fighting his way through contact. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
McCown now on first down. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Bears in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Darren Lee there to get him down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
McCown tried to get that one to Anderson, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw, it's McCown. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you did? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is McCown on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throw complete there, Rodgers. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Let's convert.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Winston, one of the option left here. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A first down throw for Winston. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, a real complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. To throw, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Holding offense.
Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position?
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Keith Marshall, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Darius Stewart now on the return. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
An incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now Winston. And Winston lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Second down, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
To throw is Winston. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And that is incomplete. Eli Rogers, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 1, this is what fullbacks live for. They're always the guys with all the marks on their helmets because they love sticking their heads in there to fight for the tough yards. And he gets the tough yards here to give his guys a first down.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really good one.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are in for 6.
Trey Burton was a guy that flashed during his years with the Eagles, but he's always stuck as the 3rd option behind Zach Ertz and Brent Sellett. Now, with the Chicago Bears, definitely going to get his shot. Versatile player, delivered right there with a touchdown catch.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Avery Williamson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Man's really quick.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They'll run forward with Marshall. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Winston now to throw on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guy playing deep.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Keith Marshall, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Again, it's Powell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll kick things off in the AFC West as we check on Kansas City hosting Denver. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. From there, we take the long trip back across the country. Then,
well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Darren Lee. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down again. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
To throw on second down is Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's got a moonwalk. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Darnold on first down. Brought in by Walford, right side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
They held them in check on the scoreboard. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go! Sonic! Hey, stop!
First down, Winston. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Eluding the pressure running. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. And he comes back with one complete. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Jameis to throw it. Being chased out left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Winston. And a quick slant caught. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with...
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense, and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Ready?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll...
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now Winston. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, Darnold. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Jameis now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Rodgers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jamal Adams, their #1 pick a year ago, there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To the air again with Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And the Jets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
From the end zone, here's Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. He's got Curse. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Anunwa, the intended target.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Winston here to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. On 3rd down, Winston. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Let's go now. Let's go. It's time to play. Green, Trevor C.
A first down throw for Winston. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Keith Marshall from 8 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the struggle.
Thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Made them a bite, now lacing no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it. The is mad. Man in that bag, cause I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around. Just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for it out. She don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat. They're the bowed out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. All in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stress.
Poppy.